On our first installment of Michigan Splendor, it's autumn in northern Michigan, and we're heading north on I-75 to the tip of the Lower Peninsula to experience a new Halloween tradition for one community that has since then attracted many from across the state. With stories of ghosts, goblins, and werewolves, one historic park takes guests on an interactive Halloween adventure they won't soon forget. Our travels have taken us to the small town of Mackinaw City, Michigan, a community of less than 1,000 people, which is also one of the most visited cities in Michigan. Mackinaw City is home to 3 Michigan state parks and is just a quick boat ride from picturesque Mackinac Island. At the southern end of the Mackinac Bridge, which connects the upper and lower peninsulas, is Colonial Michilimackinac, a part of the Mackinaw State Parks Division. Michilimackinac is an attraction in which guests have the unique opportunity to interact with British redcoats and French fur trappers of many years past. At the very end of the state park's operating season, usually early to mid-October, over 65 helping hands transform Colonial Michilimackinac into a spooky Halloween attraction that has been deemed Fort Fright. The event begins with guests being escorted by lamplight from the fort's visitor center and gift shop located directly under the bridge to a fire where a French-Canadian fur trapper speaks of goblins, ghosts, and a shape-shifting werewolf and tells visitors of the dangers of the fort on a night like this. Upon entering the fort, you're instantly beckoned to a fire to warm your hands and listen to an interpreter give you a brief description of life in the fort. There are 2 other bonfires on the premises, both of which have storytellers weaving spooky tales of werewolves and lost souls. In St. Anne's Church, a priest explains the funeral and burial process in Colonial Michilimackinac, and just outside the church, you get to see what happens when the burial doesn't take. In the priest's house, they serve warm apple cider to the passers-by, as well as various snacks in other buildings around the fort. Some buildings have lit lanterns hanging in the doorways. This lets guests know that this is a safe place to be. What if it doesn't have a lantern, you ask? There's also a haunted house for older kids. So if you're in the Straits area observing the beautiful fall colors, keep Fort Fright in mind for your family's northern Michigan retreat.